Hello friends, in this video tutorial I am going to show you how to integrate your Dialogflow with external APIs. This will be a series of video tutorials on Dialogflow tips and tricks. So please like and share our video and also please subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Hello friends, in this video tutorial I am going to show you how to create a chatbot using Dialogflow which can connect to external APIs. External APIs could be anything like search hotel API, weather API, or flight search API, or any external service. So if you want to build a chatbot which can tell you the current weather, or which can book a hotel, or which can search flight, then you need to connect your chatbot with the external APIs. So today we are going to see how to create a Dialogflow chatbot which can be connected to the external APIs. So let's go to the console and let's create our new agent for the external API demo. So let's call it external API demo. Okay. So while it's creating the agent, let's see which API we are going to use. So we are going to use this DataMuse API. It is a free API which provides words and similar words. So for example, words with meaning similar to ringing in the ears, or words that sound like elephant, or words that rhyme with forgetful. So let's use this API. So if we click on this, you can see that it is showing all the words which are rhyming with this word forgetful. So let's say we change this to music. So this API will return all the words which rhymes with this word music. Music. Let's say if we do something like teacher. So this API is returning all the words like feature, preacher, which are rhyming with this word. So let's use this API and see how can we connect this API with our chatbot. Alright, so our agent is created. We have got our welcome intent and the fallback intent. If you don't know how these intents works, and if you want to know more about basics of Dialogflow, then you can see my other videos. So for this, now I'm going to create a new intent. Let's call it rhyming word. So we are going to use this API, words that rhyme with a given word. So let's call it rhyming word, and we need to provide some training phrases here. So let's give some training phrases such as words that rhyme with music, and let's create this music a parameter. We'll give the entity as sys.any and parameter name is word. Okay. Similarly, rhyming word for teacher, where teacher is our parameter. Right. So we can try it now. If we say rhyming word for book, it should pick book as a parameter, and then if you see, yeah, we got the value book, parameter word. So we can extract all the parameters from the given sentence. Now we can extract the parameter value, but now we need to pass this value to the API here and get the response back and then show it to the user. So to do that, we need to enable the fulfillment. So you can scroll down and click on enable fulfillment. This is very important, otherwise this intent won't go to the external service. So make sure you enable this webhook call for this intent and save it. Now after that, go to the fulfillment section and enable this inline editor. So there's some default code there which is very useful. Just remove this commented code, we don't need this. Okay, leave everything as it is, and here just remove one of them and uncomment the other one. So intent map set, and then here we need to give the name of the intent. So whatever name you have given, I think we have given rhyming word, and here you can give any name. So let's call it rhyming word handler. Okay, and this right now it's giving an error that this handler is not defined. So all you need to do is just define this handler like this, and in the bracket just say agent as a parameter. So now this is fine. Okay, cool. So now whenever this intent is called, this function will be executed. So we can try that if we say agent.add intent called and click on the deploy button. So when we say rhyming word for anything, this function should be called, and then we should see a message saying intent called. Okay, the code has been deployed successfully. Now let's try this. So rhyming word for book, and you can see there's the default response intent called. That means this function is working fine and it is responding with whatever message we give here. Now we need to extract this parameter book in our code. So let's try to do that. Create our variable called word, and its value will be agent.parameters.word. So this word. So agent.parameters.word will extract the parameter value, and it will be stored in this word variable, and then we can just print that value. So let's see if we are getting the value back in the code. In the default response, we should see the parameter here. Okay, let's try that. So rhyming word for book. Okay, we got the word book here as a response. Let's try something else. Rhyming word for teacher. We got the word teacher here. So that means our code is working fine. We got the parameter as well. Now all we need to do is pass this parameter in this API, get the response back, and print that response in the default response. So how to make the API call and how to get the response back. So for that we need to use a Node.js library called Axios. So you can just do a Google search, Axios npm. Okay, and yeah, that's the library that we are going to use. So to use this library, you need to go to package.json, and in the dependencies section, just write Axios like this and the version number. So you can copy the version number from this npmjs.com website and paste the version here. Alright, and deploy. So this will install the Axios package in our code so that we can use it here. Alright, so we have got the Axios package installed. Now just declare the Axios variable here, const Axios equal to require Axios. So this Axios variable will be used to make the call to the API. Now here we need to write Axios.get, and then in this get function takes the parameter as the URL that we want to call. Axios.get will make a get request, or basically it will get, or it will call the URL and it will return the response. So what is the URL? The URL is this. So Axios.get this URL. Now we don't want to hard code this value, so instead of this we use templating, string templating, and pass the word parameter here. So that means whatever word is coming from the text, that word will be passed to the URL, and then Axios will make a call, and to get the response we do something like this. This is called promise. So when the result is when we receive the result, then execute this function. So let's define our function. This is called ES6 style function, and then the result will be received after we get the result from Axios, and let's try to just console.log the result to see if we are actually getting the result or not. Okay, so what we are doing here is making a call to Axios library, and Axios.get this URL, and then when the result comes, just console.log the result. Let's see if that works. So click on deploy. Alright, so this is deployed successfully. You can click on this link here, which will open the Firebase console. So if you see any kind of problem or errors, make sure you are logged in with the correct account. So here we can see all the logs. Right. Now let's try to invoke this intent. So if we say rhyming word for teacher, it says intent called teacher, which is this one. Let's see what we get in the logs. So you can see there is some error here. Get address info e not found, and here it says billing account not configured. External network is not accessible. So, and you can see the same error here as well. Basically, Firebase, which we use to write the code, does not allow access to external APIs in their free plan. So we need to upgrade to the paid plan. And yes, so you need to enter your card details, but they won't charge you anything for up to 1,000,000 queries or something like that. So you don't need to worry about paying something to them, but yes, you need to add your credit card details. So you can just click on this upgrade button here. Make sure you are logged in with the correct account. And you can see by default it is subscribe to free plan, but if you want to access external API, then you need to select this Blaze plan. So you can just click on select plan. Now for selecting this plan, you need to create something called billing account. I have already created this billing account, but if you don't have billing account, then all you need to do is go to console.cloud.google.com/billing. And once you are here, you can simply click on this button and follow those steps to create a new billing account. It will ask for your country, currency, your payment details, card details, and then you can create the billing account. It won't charge you anything for a reasonable number of usage, but yeah, you need to provide those details. So I've already created the billing account, so I'm going to close this and just click on purchase. It is upgraded to the Blaze plan. Now I can try the same thing again. And if I check the logs, cool, so you can see we got the response back from the service. You can see the URL api.datamuse.com and the parameter passed here is teacher, which we mentioned here. Cool, so that means our API is working fine, we are getting the response back. Now the question is, how do we display the response here in the default response section? So if you see, the response is actually in the data. So what we need to do is print result.data. So let's try that and see what data we get back. Okay, rhyming word for teacher. Teacher is passed here. Check in the logs. Wait for logs to appear. It takes few seconds for log to appear. Cool, and now you can see we got the response back, and these are the word which rhymes similar to the teacher. So we can see this is an array of objects, right? This is the first object, this is the second object, and it is an array of objects. So we can loop through this array of objects, and then we can use the words to display the response. So in the code back here, so once we get the result back, we can write something like this: result.data.map. .map is a function which loops through elements of an array. So so this array has got objects, word objects. So let's call them word object. So each word object will have properties like word, score, num syllables. So we can just do something like this: word object dot word. So that will print this word, this word, this word, and we will extract the word from the word object. So let's quickly try this as well. So say again same thing, rhyming word for teacher. Go back to the logs and let's see what we get here now. Cool, so you can see we have got the words teacher, preacher, all the rhyming words. So that looks good. Now all we need to do is use these words in the response. So instead of just doing the console log, just remove the console logs and instead of doing console log, we can do agent.add. Agent.add basically shows as a response. So we can just write agent.add word object.word. So that will display the response here. And remove this, and we can say something like, here are the rhyming words for whatever user says. Make sure you type it after the word variable, so that word variable is available here. So here are the rhyming words for given word, whatever user types, and then make the call to Axios. Just make sure to type return before Axios. This is important, so don't forget this. And agent.add word object. Let's deploy this and see if it works. Okay, so deployment is successful. Now you can try it here. So rhyming word for teacher, and there you go. You can see here are the rhyming words for teacher: feature, creature, rhyming word for you can see it. Here are the rhyming word for honey, money, sunny, and so on. So it's coming from the API. So we have successfully connected the Dialogflow agent to the external API, and we managed to read the data from the external API and show it in our chatbot. So hope you liked this video. Thank you.